In this hospital in South Africa, technicians at wearing machines analyze over 18,000 PCR tests a day looking for signatures of coronavirus. Their work is so precise that just a handful of samples helped the team to discover Omicron, the new variant that has triggered global fears of yet another surge in the deadly pandemic.
So we sent our samples and our data to the national agencies, National Institute of Virology, Communicable Diseases and CRISP, and we presented that data to them. And then they spoke to other people around the country that were also observing the same thing. And that was the discovery of Omicron.
At the time of discovery, 4 COVID-19 variants had been previously discovered, all of them a deep source of concern. Delta, which by then was behind most of the world cases, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma.
We saw very clearly that the Delta variant was pushed out of the way by Omicron in a matter of 2 weeks, and that's very quick. So we're not sure what it is. Is that Omicron is a better virus and can be transmitted better, or that people were letting their guards drop and congregating together and spreading it within certain groupings. So, that can occur as well.
The next step for scientists in South Africa and elsewhere is to decipher what the genetic changes seen in Omicron mean. According to the World Health Organization Chief Tedros, early data suggests the variant is more contagious, posing an increased infection risk to people who have already had the virus or been vaccinated compared to previous variant.
Fear, tension and anxiety can best describe the emotions of residents here at Lalibela since August, when a column of haggard-looking rebels entered Lalibela during an afternoon prayer service, prompting worshippers to cry out, "God, save our city." Indeed, God came through for them through Father Chige. With the help of our Father Chige, not a single bullet was fired towards the churches. They respect him, and distraction did not happen because of him. Father Chige, administrator of the Lalibela Monastery, feared the worst for the 11 medieval rock-hewn churches that make Lalibela. He, however, had faith that nothing would happen at the holy place, urging his flock to keep calm and stay home. The people were suffering, humiliated, and they lived under a burden. They have started to move freely and come outside after the militiamen and Amra Special Forces who arrived here and celebrated by firing shot in the air. I felt very happy when I heard we had conquered Lalibela, even though I was injured. The people were also overjoyed when the special forces captured the city. Prior to this, rebels were reported to have looted homes and health facilities, while residents lost touch with the outside world due to cuts in transportation, electricity, banking and communications. The ordeal ended last week when the army retook Lalibela as part of a lightning-fast counter-offensive.
Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated recently acquired warships and a seaward defense boat built locally by naval engineers at a naval dockyard in Lagos. This aims to bolster the Navy's efforts in the fight against maritime criminality in the Gulf of Guinea region. Speaking at the event, President Buhari said the new inductions of the naval fleet will boost the capability in securing Nigeria's maritime domain.
We should note that we are in a critical period where our country is faced with a serious decline in our revenue and the security challenges we are facing. Despite these challenges, our administration is very determined to ensure that the Navy is well supported to achieve its statutory responsibilities.
The Nigerian Senate had previously called on Buhari to take over the revamption of one of the largest ships of the fleet of Nigerian Navy. The motion was sponsored by 15 lawmakers in the Senate. President Buhari commissioned the third seaward defense boat, christened NNS OG, built by the naval dockyard. Although there was an increase in the number of piracy attacks on ships from 162 in 2019 to 195 in 2020 globally, waters off Nigeria's coast experienced the highest number of attacks. One person died and 18 others injured, including 2 leading figures from Tunisia's Islamist-inspired Ennahdha party in a fire at its headquarters Thursday, authorities and party members confirmed. Ennahdha said on Facebook that one of his activists, a former receptionist born in 1970, had died in the blaze. Today we were caught by surprise at Ennahdha headquarters, which was crowded with its members, its directors and its activists, by fire at the reception. The fire released a lot of smoke that spread to all floors. The staff of the headquarters and citizens who were in the vicinity tried to extinguish the fire. Tunisian media cited judiciary sources as saying the person had set himself ablaze on the ground floor of the building. Former Prime Minister and Ennahdha Vice President Ali Riyad was hospitalized after jumping from the second floor of the building to escape the flames, as was Advisory Board head Abdel Karim Harwini, party members confirmed. Ugandan and Congolese forces who joined efforts against Allied Democratic Forces rebels on November 30th in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have continued to conduct operations on the ground from Virunga National Park, according to Congolese army spokesperson. Our Congolese army, in conjunction with the Ugandan People's Defense Forces troops, are conducting operations on the ground, as we have infantry on the ground moving towards the target that we shelled last time.
With the artillery and air force to destroy a number of ADF camps. Now we are preparing now to carry out an offensive on the same enemy camps, wherever they will be.
The agreement with Uganda comes at a time when UN peacekeepers in DR Congo have signed also another agreement with the country's armed forces to facilitate joint operations against armed groups troubling the east of the vast nation.
The strategic end state is to have peace prevail in eastern DRC, so that trade between the two friendly countries, Uganda and the DRC, can go on, and the people of the two countries, the prosperity of the two people.
Uganda's intervention has come despite a crackdown on the ADF by the Congolese armed forces launched 2 years ago. Their joint operation is controversial in a country where many recall the role of Uganda and Rwanda in stoking past instability in the east of the country.